But first, 3 European journalists have been killed whilst on an anti-poaching patrol in Burkina Faso. 2 Spanish and 1 Irish national died in an attack on Monday in the eastern region of Fada Ngoma Palma. Security officials have blamed the ambush on terrorists, but haven't gone into more detail. The area where it happened was known to be dangerous as armed groups operate there. Our correspondents tell us more.
A deadly ambush on a brand new Burkinabe military unit that's left several dead or missing, including 3 foreigners, 2 Spaniards and an Irish national present at the time.
It seems that it was their very first mission. We must say that it happened where the road has deteriorated. It means that you can't drive fast. Deteriorated roads with lots of vegetation are suitable areas for ambushes.
The ambush came in a nature reserve on the border between Burkina Faso and Benin, with the attackers thought to be extremists using 2 pickup trucks and a dozen motorbikes, according to security sources, and seemingly targeting the foreigners for kidnapping. The 40-person unit was part of a new force aimed at preventing poaching, with the Irish national present in a training capacity, according to survivors. While 1 Burkinabe soldier was still missing, the 2 Spaniards confirmed killed were journalists, both seasoned veterans with experience in hostile environments.
They were working on a documentary about operations in Burkina Faso to protect nature reserves, to protect its natural resources against poaching. This is a dangerous area, as it is a regular area of operation for terrorist groups, poachers, bandits, and jihadist groups.
Such groups, some linked to Al-Qaeda or the Islamic State organization, have caused one of the world's fastest growing displacement crises in the Sahel region, with nearly 3 million people having fled their homes.
Well, let's get more analysis now from France 24's Wassim Nasser, who is our expert on jihadist groups. Just tell us more, Wassim. What do we know about the circumstances of what happened to those 3 hostages?
Well, actually, you know that it happened on the road next to Palma, the N18, and we know that it was bad circumstances, if I may say so, because I got to see a picture of the corpses. I got to compare those pictures with others of those journalists, and at least one of the Spanish journalists is clearly, we can clearly identify him on those pics, and we see that they were executed. According to the circumstances, we know that the convoy that abducted them was attacked by security forces. So maybe it was the pressure of the security forces that pushed their kidnappers to kill them on the way and not abduct them and take them somewhere else. And I got to listen also to an audio, not an official audio, but from a local, saying that it was Jama'at Nusrat al-Islam Muslimin, meaning Al-Qaeda. And we know that Al-Qaeda, usually they want to keep hostages in order to trade them. We know what happened in northern Benin in 2020, where 2 French citizens were kidnapped, taken to Burkina Faso, taken the same way, but they were stopped by French special forces, and 2 French military were killed. And at the same time, this is what makes us think that it's Al-Qaeda, especially that we might think also that there's a 4th Burkinabe who was spared. We don't know where he is. He might be spared. And if he was spared, it may show the way to Al-Qaeda. And on the other hand, we can think of the Islamic State, which is also active in this region. And regarding the way they were executed, it makes us think of the Kore executions in Niger, where Islamic State jihadis killed 6 humanitarian French workers in 2020. So what we know for sure, that they were killed, they were executed, and they were killed by jihadis. We still don't know for sure which faction killed them actually.
Yeah, and as you mentioned, quite a lot of different factions operating in the area. So it could have been any one of them.
Yes, it could have been any one of them, knowing one more time that I got to listen to an audio, unofficial, saying it was Al-Qaeda. But the way of the execution looks more like an Islamic State act. Both groups are very active in this region. They are warring against each other also in this region. We know that in northern Burkina Faso, there was like a ceasefire for a while during the latest elections, because Ouagadougou freed many jihadis in exchange. Up to 23 jihadis, if I recall the exact number. So jihadis stopped their operations, for example, in the area around the Djibo, which is further north. But what happened here really makes us think of what happened in Niger, so where jihadis encountered Westerners, and they jumped on the occasion to abduct them or to kill them. It looks a lot like this kind of misfortune, if I may say so.
Okay, well, thank you very much indeed for your analysis, Wassim Nasser.